my experience, like I said, I've never sold the cheapest product on offer before. But what I have always been able to do is communicate the value of my product and also consistency. I'll give a scenario. Some of us may recognize the brand of Central don't used to be the brand from Sanofi at the time. So we were positioning it at that time as an alternative to the branded alternative. As it's okay. I'm trying not to mention brand names, but I think for the purpose of this conversation, I think
I can go ahead and do so. So we're positioning it as a an alternative to Rosofin. Say with the message that well, Sanofi is at the same level as Roche in terms of quality, in terms of being a multinational, in terms of the type of profile, and then we are saying we are giving the same uh, uh, an unbranded, version of the product. I had so much resistance because even my ceftriaxone at that time was not cheap. So I kept waiting and I kept fighting. And the day I got a breakthrough, it was in Kano. After a lot of discussions with them, discussing with them, and I looked at them. There was just a period when there was an outbreak of meningitis. All of a sudden, the HOD started calling me because I had given him. In fact, I used my Sanofi will never give you samples anyway. I used my money to buy samples at the time. I gave him 20 vials. All of a sudden, the HOD started calling me. He said, that they are in a conundrum. There's a meningitis outbreak, and of course, how many patients can afford Rosofin? And because of that, the next best thing is my brand. And with that, after a lot of back and forth, I got an order for the first time in Sanofi in Nigeria. We got, I think it was 40,000 packs that they gave me at that time. Not because it was cheaper, but because it solved the problem and it was just the right positioning. It may not necessarily be the first day that you go and sit down with this person that you get the result. But if you are not in their faces, the day the problem will arise that your product can solve, nobody will think about it. So I always tell my current team, look, the day I walk into a facility with you and the only person that you are talking to is the HOD pharmacy, you and I are going to have a problem. Because it means you are only going there, let me talk to Oga. No, what I expect from my key account managers is that from the security man all the way to the HOD pharmacy, everybody must know you by name. Everybody must greet you. In fact, if necessary, they must mention your product. In those days, most people didn't even know my name, but they know Fleming. Once they see me, Fleming, Zodzone, Axasef, you know. So we push those products in such a way that if you are not consistent and continue to push, continue to do, the day the problem will come that your product can solve, no one will remember you. So it's not a one day thing, I assure you. And continue to communicate value. Don't attempt to compete on a front that you cannot win because, like you rightly said, you cannot win on price. The company will not reduce if the company is reducing their price for that below those cheaper products. They probably will not be able to pay you. They probably will not be able to buy the car that you're driving. You know, so we have to factor in all of those things and conduct ourselves as people carrying premium brands. I hope I've attempted to react to your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. You did.
Good to hear.
Okay.
Good to hear.
Thank you so much, sir. Please,
Yeah.
if anybody, okay, I think from Harrison was raising his hand.
Yeah.
From Harrison, please, over to you.
Okay, yeah, I have a question. And my question is because he was talking about ethics and he made mention of ethics. So, what about in situation where a business deal has been successfully closed and out of appreciation, maybe you just give a token or to the manager or maybe the accountant? Is that considered unethical or unprofessional? So I
So
just want
that
clarity.
yeah, I completely understand it. You see, in those days in Sanofi, and it really all depends on where you work. Yeah. For me personally, I don't believe in paying doctors for prescriptions. I also don't believe in negotiating business in such a way that we have to factor in something for the stakeholder. Because if we do that, the truth of the matter is that the person that is going to pay the price is the patient. Yeah. And we also have to factor in the consider the fact that we are we are all in Nigeria. There is a level of business that you will get to that some you won't be able to escape some things. Giving a token at the end of the business after the